Okay, you all come in, hit the like, hit the share button. I'm was just sitting at my laptop and watching some videos and looking at some cryptocurrency, saw this cryptocurrency and the opportunity that I was telling you all about getting cryptocurrencies that are linked to and backed by real world commodities, things that we use every day on a daily basis, where it's 100% cotton t-shirt or whether we're talking about how high the price of eggs are or how high the price of gas is, right? With the national gas average is right around $3, I think, and 60 cents for May. And OPEC, cut the oil supply by millions. That came into effect May 16th. And so we're looking at June 1st as the debt ceiling, which is right around a couple of days. When is June 1st? I think it's next Tuesday, right? June 1st, which is next Tuesday, we got the debt ceiling that's has to be addressed, currently at $31 trillion. So what will happen if the United States does not raise the debt ceiling? Well, you have a lot of federal employees, paychecks that will be delayed. You have Social Security, SSI recipients and people that get paid. The SSI check will be delayed. That budget will first be cut from SSI. You have Medicare, Medicaid recipients. Also, now typically we know that the United States is not going to cut off any checks or lose millions of jobs just yet. So typically, what will happen is the debt ceiling will be raised, right? The debt ceiling will be raised. Now, the domino effect of that, or the side effect of that debt ceiling being raised, is that we're going to see inflation. We're going to see inflation is going to kick in. We're going to see higher gas, groceries, and commodities prices. And I was listening to Wall Street Trapper, and one of the things that I loved about his video, and I probably will show a snippet of that video that I was just watching with Wall Street Trapper. Again, you all come in, and if you're on Facebook, hit that love, hit that like button. Um, if you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, right? But one thing I love about what one of Wall Street Trapper's quote is, what you don't know about something, particularly crypto, is not a reason not to invest in it. It's not a reason not to grow your money in it, because we have people that are taking advantage. They are converting their cash into crypto and commodities, right? That's going to position themselves to be a part of the greatest wealth transfer in human history. So here you have it right here, 1,128%. This is the mining DCM. What this is abbreviated for data mining center, right? Data mining center. The people, this is within the last 24 hours. Now it's even increasing even more to 1,137% gains in this cryptocurrency. And what this crypto does is it uses natural gas that would have normally just been burned out or not used or not stored whenever there's crude oil mined, and it used a very eco-friendly way to mine crypto such as Bitcoin and any type of what's called proof of work cryptocurrency. And so you can get daily, right, Bitcoin from doing this. You get Bitcoin rewards for it 24/7. And people that have their money in things like 401ks, which look like 201ks, people that have their money in retirements, that as a part of this financial system reset, are part of the United States and the government going bankrupt again, the national debt has not been this high for the United States in years. And so what you are seeing, or what you see me showing on the screen, is these crypto commodities that are linked to cryptocurrencies, digital software that is linked to real world commodities. Real world commodities. We have BGLD, black gold. In fact, this was released in November 2021. And when crude oil hit its all-time high of June of 2022, over 100 millionaires were created that were token holders of black gold, also known as Texas T crude oil. So it's about being positioned for this greatest wealth transfer. Joshua 1:11, prepare your provisions. People, if you're watching this live or on the replay, I want you to put in if your hands are free, you're not driving, right? Put in Joshua 1:11, prepare your provisions, or just put a hashtag 1:11. Prepare your provisions. Get position for prosperity. Get position for prosperity. Now you have the debt ceiling, right? I mean, not the debt ceiling, but the debt token. I'm thinking about the debt ceiling. This is abbreviated for decentralized, eco-friendly blockchain technology. This is in comparison to Ethereum or Binance Smart Chain. It is the heart that links all of these cryptocurrencies that are backed by real world projects. And I always say that if it's not backed up, it's made up, right? If it's not backed up, it's made up. So then you have your natural gas, where there is crude oil found, there is gas in close proximity. You have grow. Grow is high yielding agriculture. It is supported by cocoa beans, right? Where we get the cocoa plants, soybeans, mangroves. Mangroves are typically planted in hurricane type weather states and areas. They help prevent or high winded areas that have often get hurricanes and bad weather, but it also helps remove CO2, oxygen from the air. Also, grow is supported by high yielding agriculture, again, weed and hemp, plant-based healing products, not prescription based but plant-based, right? The Bible says or states that I give you the herbs for healing. This is all under the grow umbrella, high yielding agriculture. Then we have XPLR, and no, I did not say XRP, but it's XPLR. It is the satellite technology that is launched into space, right? That takes up space, launched into space and takes up space. So it can scan the earth as if you were going to get an MRI, can scan the earth and find these commodities in the earth realm in a very eco-friendly type way, where we're not drilling for oil and we don't find the oil, right? We're not destroying and destructing the earth. So the Biden administration, the government, is definitely moving to a green, eco-friendly incentive, right? Things that, and this is why DCM, that's up over 1,000% in 24 hours, is so important, because it uses the power from natural gas, not from the normal of the electricity that is not friendly for the earth realm. It's an example of moving from gasoline vehicles to electronic vehicles, to EV vehicles. You can think of it that way. So mining Bitcoin and proof of work cryptos in a very eco-friendly way, where it's not consuming and using a lot of electricity. Then we have aluminum, right? A $5 billion industry, bauxite, aluminum, over 10,000 acres of aluminum found in Ghana support this project. We have beverage. This is straight out of Mississippi, right? This is straight out of Mississippi, that is supported by weight loss, not weight loss. I was thinking about weight loss tea. Let me retract that. That is supported by tea, right? Coffee, energy drinks, water, even rainwater, beer, carbonated beer. The Southern Pecan beer tasted great, and I'm not a beer drinker, right? And wines and spirit, wine and things of that nature. And then you have drip, providing clean and efficient water, right? especially in areas and states like Flint, Michigan, Mississippi, that had a water crisis, third world countries, right, that does not have clean drinking water. But again, the DCM over 1,000, up 1,000 percent today. You see it right here, 1,148%, right? This is mining proof of work cryptos that you get rewarded, such as Bitcoin, from natural gas, not mining Bitcoin that's causing environmental problems, causing high electrical bills that's not user or earth friendly, rather, right, for the fact. So that information on how to get on these cryptos linked to commodities, you can text CC. This is exclusive. Miss Weeks just got in. Thank you for coming in, Miss Weeks, and saying hello. I definitely need to schedule a Zoom with you to show you how to purchase these and how to download your app so you can be able to liquidate your crypto. You have the power. It's no third party that can stop or prevent you from liquidating your cryptocurrency. And what a lot of people need to realize, what they need to get educated on, is that people, gold, silver, and blockchain technology is where you want to convert your cash into. This is where you want to convert your cash into. You might be saying, why, Queen? If you are, that's a great question. If you're saying why, that's a great question. Converting your cash into this gold, silver, blockchain technology takes you out of the government system. It prepares you for what's about to happen. It prepares you for the FedNow technology that will be launched and released in July. The technology that will help bring in and support digital currencies as we're moving from physical paper to digital paper, and we are going back to the future, meaning we are combining old money with new money. That will be similar to Old Testament and New Testament. A little history on money, and I have some. If you can see, money used to be certificates of deposits. You know, COD is not something that they just created, meaning that they were certificates, right? And one, silver payable to the man unbearable. This is a certificate, is a legal tender for all debts. And so this was a silver certificate. If you can see this at the top, I know it's a glare, but it reads silver certificate and also gold certificate. So people that don't have this knowledge and this financial literacy, it's hard for them to wrap their head around that silver and gold is real money. And I say this all the time. Most people have worked out of their lives, right? This is my Muhammad Ali silver coin. You can go to millionmoves.com and find Queen Elizabeth. Her coins are slowly being taken out of printed of her portrait, which will also increase the demand on those. That's my kookaburra, even Ethereum, silver, Bitcoin, silver, right? Even Shiba Inu. And everyone should be able to afford an ounce of silver, at least on a weekly basis, that's under $40 an ounce. And so we have precious metal and blockchain technology. Blockchain technology, people, brings in peer-to-peer. The crypto commodities that I just showed you, it is all supported based off blockchain technology, where people have the vote and the voice when it comes to their money, not the government. Where the government can cut off your SSI. The government, there's a global shortage. The reason why I'm showing copper, there's a global shortage of copper and silver and aluminum. I showed you all that aluminum crypto, and the shortage of these precious metal will drive prices to new all-time highs. So I do both the tangible and digital aspects of converting cash, right? Just because you don't know something, as Wall Street Trapper says, just because you don't have full knowledge, isn't a reason not to grow your money into it. That's not a reason not to take advantage of these 1000% gains. That's not a reason, right? So you have Bitcoin, gold, silver. All of these are blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies that are backed and supported by God's wealth. As my mentor stated, it makes no sense to have 100% of government's money and 0% of God's money. Let me state that again. It makes no sense to have 100% of government's money and 0% of God's money. God's money has been here long before the cockroaches came, and it'll be here long after we are long gone. Another quote from Wall Street Trapper says this: "We are dead longer than we are living." Let me say that again. We are dead longer than we are living. The Bible says a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. That means we should be thinking 2 generations ahead, not one, not to our children, but to our great grandchildren. You should be growing your money in such a way and position yourself at these 1000% gain that it lasts for 2 generations of wealth, right? And so again, that number is 331-444-5556. You can text CC to learn how you can convert your cash into crypto and position yourself again for the greatest wealth transfer that this generation has ever experienced. Now, on another note, gold, silver, blockchain technology, I want you to pay attention to the NBA, whether you are a sports fan or not. I knew that the human part of me that's just a fan and do not look at things from a spiritual or economic perspective. I wanted the Lakers to win just because I've always been a long time Lakers fan, but I knew they were not going to win. And this is why. This is how I knew the Lakers were not going to win. Other than, it's LeBron James' 20th year in the NBA. But I knew the Lakers were not going to win because I told you all early in the year when LSU women's basketball won the championship, right, in college sports. They were the Tigers. I told you all this is the China. We're going to see red and yellow in the NBA because the Super Bowl 57, you had the red and yellow and the Kansas City Chiefs. I said you're going to see red and yellow in the playoffs, right? This is the Economist. If you notice the square boxes in red, this is the Stellar XLM logo. This is the Phoenix, also known as XRP. But pay careful attention to the burning as we have the Miami Heat. I don't believe there's no way the Celtics is going to come back and win this series, even though the last time I looked at the score, they were leading. I don't see them as winning the series. Just like I told you all, the Philadelphia Eagles would not win because of the green, the color green, and that represents the dollar, right? As the eagle is a symbolic or symbol of America as well. And so you have this 1988, the double 88, which is the Economist magazine that was released, people, in 1988, showing you all the burning and the devaluing and the doing away with physical cash. This is the clause on this Phoenix bird. Notice the gold chain, the gold link chain, right? I believe that's tied to Chainlink as well. And the message is get ready for a world currency. And I'm telling you all, get ready for a world currency reset. So the heat represents the fire. The Denver Nuggets, whose logo used to also, in the older logos, also included red, right? Let me pull up that for you. And the Nuggets is plain to see is axe that's mining. Axe, and you have the Nuggets last year, NBA champions was Golden State, right? In it, gold is right there in the name, Golden State Warriors. And then you had the Rams. Last year colors were blue and gold, or blue and yellow, whichever you want to say. This year it is red and yellow, and even Denver Nuggets logo have the red and yellow centered around it. You have the axles for mining, right? Nuggets, when you think of nuggets, you think of gold nuggets. And so why is this important? Because again, physical gold, right? And the red and yellow represents China. China is the financial powerhouse. And gold and silver is real money, God's money, and is going to be used to reset this currency system. So, they're going to, again, the shortage of these, of gold and silver, physical money. Why do you think central banks are collecting and hoarding gold right now? Not cash, right? These prices will go to a new all-time high once this financial system reset happens. So people that's holding on to cash will be losers. They're going to lose. So crypto linked commodities, gold, silver, blockchain technology is going to position a lot of people not only where they can survive in this recession, but they can thrive as well, right? Real world commodities, real cryptocurrencies, they have real use cases. When you go grocery shopping, you're buying and purchasing commodities. The body is made up of over 80% water. Human cannot survive without the intake of water. Black gold, Texas tea, crude oil is used to make fertilizer to grow the foods that we eat, people. It's even used for plastic bag. Aluminum blocks, I forgot to mention that. That's commercial real estate. People, listen. Blocks. How would you like, right, to get royalties from real estate and commercial real estate at that without having to deal with renters, rehabs, or renovations? You get the royalties from that. And again, I'm talking sports as well, but if you all have not watched the Michael Jordan movie, I highly advise that you check that out so you can see how his mother negotiated royalties within his contract with the Air Jordans when he was at a young age. If you have not watched the latest Whitney Houston movie, I suggest you watch that as well, because Whitney Houston contract was unto perpetuity to the universe. These are vocabularies: financial literacy, royalties, perpetuity income. Jason Weaver that sang the song Makuta Matata, Please Don't Worry, right? From Disney, received perpetuity income and royalties. Every time Disney plays that song, he's paid for work that was done one time. So you're purchasing these digital licenses, this digital software that gives you perpetuity income, people, that's generational income, generational wealth that you can liquidate at your disposal, at your power. And you don't have to go through the system of getting your money. You don't have to hassle with the banks. For example, if you want to make a $10,000 withdrawal and they ask you a series of questions and they may tell you we have the money or we don't have the money in storage. You think that you have the right to get your own money out the banks. No, you don't. If you take out a large enough amount and that bank decides to freeze up or tell you it's going to be 24 to 72 hours for you to get your own cash out, you have to wait. That is centralized economic monetary system. Decentralized means you're out of the government, you're out of the government's control, and authority. It's peer-to-peer. It is the people's money. Now, also note and pay attention to Jimmy Butler, the number W22 with the Miami Heat, as well as many of you all that follow me have some type of knowledge on ISO 222 tokens as well. Now, with that being said, I'm going to show you out a snippet of some things I want to share with you with Wall Street Trapper, but I also want to share this live stream that I did on stating that we were going to see red and yellow. This was approximately 3 months ago. We're going to see red and yellow. And I did a collaboration live stream with Call Me Kinfolk. So I give him credit. I use some of his context and information and intellectual knowledge as well. This is 3 months ago, right? This is 3 months ago. I'm going to share that with you and I'm going to be out. So again, hit that thumbs up, share this information and come in, whether you're watching this live or on the replay, and let me know what part of the world you're tuning in from, or just drop a hello message, right? Just say hello.
The least, right? But come on, right?
Okay, that's very interesting. My internet froze on me when I was trying to watch that video. So let me go back in and try to share it. And people also notice even knowledge isn't free. You have to pay attention, right? You have to pay attention. And information without implementation. Information without implementation is an illusion, right? For example, if you think you can just hear something and not have to implement it and just be the smartest person in the room and win the debate, if you go to the barbershop or your church or wherever you socialize, you just want to win the debate, but you're not implementing anything from the information that you're gaining. You're at an illusion if you're thinking that type of mindset and activity will prepare you for the greatest wealth transfer. So let's try this one more. And again, and you all share the video. Let people know I'm live so more people can come in. That helps the YouTube algorithm when you hit the thumbs up and when you share.
Or is he gone? Damn, I didn't had the Nelson Mandela effect. Yeah, he gone. Matter of fact, yeah, he gone. But at the time, he was at the 32nd degree at the least, right? But come on, right? She even at one point she even puts on the robe to show her status, right? That red robe, you know, the same thing as Eyes Wide Shut, where that one person is in all red, the one that's conducting the ceremony, and everybody else is in a different color. In this situation, everybody else is wearing black. But we seen it was the same thing. It was the same exact thing. She's the only one in red. Everybody else is wearing white. But they're wearing white to symbolize the Knights of Templar because that's their same colors, red and white. Right? We seen this theme going on with the Grammys as well. With everybody wearing all red, right? Sam Smith wore that all red with his transgender companion. You know that they collaborated together with that song Unholy. A gay man and a transgender man collaborate to make a song called Unholy, and they win a Grammy for it. So they just showing you that this is the type of stuff that you have to do, right? Lizzo with the red, she got her hair it curled up, looked like the number 6, right in the middle of her head. But we see they was doing the same thing with the Grammys. You got this wasn't a part of the Grammy. This was something else. That Doja Cat looked like a bowl of the Captain Crunch red berries. If you took all the red berries out, she looked like a bowl of the Crunch berries. Right? But we seen that this theme, though, with the all red, we seen this been going on. So what else have they been symbolizing? Even the State Farm Stadium that this game was played in was going off of the same theme of that red. Right? And then the red team ends up winning. This is the same little theme.
Okay, I'm going to pause right here. So you see number 15, right? You see number 15, Kansas City. Djokovic, who is the star, and I'm speaking to people that may not be, sports fan. The star of the Nuggets, right? He's number 15. Let me show you a picture if you're not a sports fan and you don't know what I mean. But okay, so the quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, they were Super Bowl champions. You got Djokovic, number 15 as well. Let me show you that picture. And then you can see the outlining of the red and yellow in his jersey as well. So this is just a picture I just Googled. And all of this was on during the date of Carmelo, I had to think of his name. Carmelo Anthony, that used to play with the Denver Nuggets as well. And that was also number 14. So, the personal side of me, sometimes I get into sports debates. Again, I've been a Lakers fan for years, Showtime Lakers, and I will go to some games, but I don't get into deep debates because I know what the outcome, I know what this is about. And this was number 15, D'Angelo. I mean, I about to say D'Angelo Russell. But Carmelo Anthony. He also wore number 7, also with the Nuggets as well, and number 15. And the number 7 represents divine transition. It also rest on the 7th day. Rest also means to bankrupt when you look at that original Hebrew, right? Greek Hebrew in the Bible. Rest means to bankrupt. It's not like we do when we take a rest. We just sit down and take a nap. No, it means to bankrupt, to reset. And so the same thing here with the Kansas City. And this is why I am predicting that the Nuggets will win. Number 15, right here, the starting quarterback for the NFL with the red and yellow. Again, that represents China powerhouse. And when I say powerhouse, I mean financial powerhouse. The financial shift is moving away from the US dollar to China, who is hoarding gold and silver. And also China was the number 1 leader in mining Bitcoin. That's why getting into this cryptocurrency that's up 1,000%, that will give you Bitcoin rewards, is pivotal. It's very important. Because if you are having most of your money in cash, including your retirement, you're going to lose big when this financial reset happens. Look at the top picture. That's me with my braids and my crochets. And this is me with the purple on, the natural hair. Right. I'm about to get the crochets back in soon because I'm going to the gym and working out and I'm sweating. And, I don't like trying to keep maintenance on my hair when I'm focused on my fitness. So yeah, the crochets are coming back. The queen of crochets pretty soon. So let's go. Let's finish this out.
Right, that team, that red, that white, and that yellow, right? Because if we look in the news that's surrounded, we think about the China spy balloon. When China's flag colors are red and yellow as well, the same colors of the Kansas City Chiefs. So they're doing it again. They're doing it again. And see, this is why Rihanna, so it's a double entendre. So this is why she wore that red and that white once again. To let you know, this was the pattern. They did the same thing last year. They did the same thing last year when Snoop Dogg performed at the halftime show last year. And he wore the blue and yellow. And then what happened? The Rams won. The team with the blue and yellow. Then what happened right after that? Right after that game, Ukraine got attacked when the Ukraine flag was blue and yellow. Then what happened in the NBA Finals? The Warriors won. The team with blue and yellow. They doing it again. Blue and red. Duality. First it was blue, now it's red. So, man, come on, man. Come on, man. You know, just a few little symbolisms that I caught on to. You know, just a weird way, you know, holding that microphone, you know, but she got to show her allegiance. Right? Not only did she show you that she's aligned with the Knights of Templar, but then here she goes, you know, giving you that pyramid. Right? That good old pyramid. Letting you know how she got in position, how she's even here in front of you in the first place. You know, she giving you the same pyramid that Damar Hamlin gave you with the 666 hand sign. She gave you the same thing. So now since we on the topic of Damar Hamlin, let's talk about it then. Right? Because we seen that jacket that he showed up to the game wearing. This mockery. You see what he wore on his jacket? Man, this is self-explanatory. This is
8. The number 7 is divine transition. He told Noah, I will never again flood the earth. I'm going to leave the rainbow as a covenant, as a sign of my promise. And the rainbow has 7 colors in it. Right? Great prophets in the Bible performed 7 miracles, dip in the water 7 times to get your healing. 7 means divine transition. So what does 1 mean if 8 means new beginning? Well, it tells you right here in Genesis, in the beginning. It didn't say a new beginning. In the beginning, God created heavens and earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was on the surface of the deep. Now the original translation says Elohim. This is the infinity symbol here as well. Have you ever heard in science, for example, for every action, there's an equal and opposite opposing reaction? That's the infinity sign. It's also intertwined with the number 8. 2 energies intertwining within 1. Elohim is the feminine energy. Him, H-I-M in that word, is the masculine. If I had the Hebrew Greek Bible up here, then it would, well, it's not translated, but it would definitely translate for me, right, to Elohim. So 2 very equal energies, but opposing, meaning different in their functions, male and females. Now I want to stop right here because I know that was me, so I know what I said. I just want to show you all that I did say that months ago. At that time, LeBron James broke Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's scoring record of 38,388. So I was breaking down the 33, which is 33 masonry. I'm drinking ice water right now, right? At 33 degrees, ice is able to transform or liquid to be liquidated. It can melt and transform into water, right? So knowing the 33 in the Genesis 1:1 and knowing the creativeness, right, of what the 3 and 3, the Trinity of visualization and creativity, and having the mind, the heart, and your spirit man all in alliance, right? We saw Rihanna with the triangle, and that's the Trinity. I'm not going to get deep into that right now on this live stream because I want to stay on focus of the monetary system reset and what will happen when the United States debt ceiling. I'm gonna let Wall Street Trapper break this down, right? How a default, what it would do for you. And so I'm gonna share, I think this was very great, how Wall Street Trapper broke this down. So I'm gonna share a snippet of his video as well, but just really tying into and allowing you to see from not only a sports perspective what's going to happen with this economic reset, but teaching you the history of money, the past of money, the present of money, what it will look like, and the present tense, which is going to be digital. Again, back to the future, where old money will merge with and combine with new money, will not be separated. You don't have to choose between gold, silver, or Bitcoin. All three of them will work in the Trinity. I just talked about the Trinity, and they will work together. They will work together. All right, so this is Wall Street Trapper breaking it down. Let's listen in.
I see it shining, and I can smell them.
Ooh, can't say that last word. It's clean. Shout out to Jose for making sure we stay monetized. All right, so I want to break this down to y'all, man. I want to break this down to y'all, and this one kind of like ugly. So I want us to tap in right quick. I want us to get real. I want us to lock in. This is important. Of course, we live in America, but all of us only know the America that's a superpower. I'm 40 years old right now.
Bruh.
Thank you. I'm 40. Before I leave this earth, we will see America that will not be the superpower. The writings are on the wall. Ray Dalio, you should read that book. In order for a company to stay on top, it must have money. It must be technologically advanced. And it must have a great military. The United States of America has a great military. But they're not leading the lead. They're not leading the game in technology. And they have more debt than 3 countries combined. They have more debt than 3 countries combined. Here's what I want us to understand. Watch this. The United States, the national debt limit has increased by $8 trillion since 2020. So from 2020 to now, the United States has took on another $8 trillion in debt. The last time the United States had more income than debt was in 2021.
I want you all to listen to him from 2020 until now. And he said the last time America had more debt than income was in 2021. All right, 2021.
The United States, the national debt limit has increased by $8 trillion since 2020. So from 2020 to now, the United States has took on another $8 trillion in debt. The last time the United States had more income than debt was in 2021. The reason why they have a debt ceiling is because you can only borrow so much money per year. You can only borrow so much money. Well, I'm not going to say in a certain time span, you can only borrow so much money. The way that the United States pays that is what they do is they create T-bills and treasury bills and bonds. They create these things. They issue these out. $60 billion of debt is due by July. Guess what? They don't have it. They don't have it. So now they want to increase the debt ceiling. $800 billion is due by the end of this decade, which is by 2030. I want you to understand that when they can't pay the debt, certain things got to go. Social Security makes up 22% of debt. Remember, we talked to y'all about this 2 weeks ago. One of the things that they've been debating about, and I'm not going to lie, Joe Biden has been fighting for it, is to not cut Social Security. Republicans is like, yo, they got to go. They got to go. Republicans are saying they got to go. I'm not a Joe Biden fan. Y'all know I think he's full of crap. But he has been fighting for that. Medicare makes up 38% of the national debt. Remember what we talked about, y'all? Medicaid and Medicare is the biggest part of the national debt. They're 100% going to cut that. Because they say within the next 2 years, Medicaid will go up to 42% and Social Security will go up to 28%. National defense, it only makes up 13%. Another 13% equals in just interest payments. And the rest of it is up in other.
What's good, trappers, man? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Right now.
And so a lot of times you hear people say things like, oh, America military, we have the strongest military. Somebody tried to trump out the United States dollar, our military will take over. Yeah, that's true in a sense. But at the same time, as Wall Street Trapper said, we're not doing business. We're not a financial powerhouse, right? We're not a financial powerhouse by any stretch of the imagination. So it's more than just having a strong military base or presence. All right, let's finish. Let's finish watching what Wall Street is breaking down. Let's go.
Turn your last name to an asset. It's your boy, Wall Street Trapper. See you in the trap.
Here's what I want us to understand, y'all. This is one of the reasons why you got to stop living check to check. This is one of the reasons why you got to get your finances in order. I'm not telling you to stop working a job, but what you need to learn how to do is invest. And you need to invest as much as you can. Not only will they be cutting Medicaid, not only will they be cutting Social Security, it's because they don't have an option. They don't have an option. America after the Revolutionary War, America went in debt $75 million. They ain't stopped going in debt since. And the next thing the smartest person in America try to do us, say, you know what? We don't need to be backed by gold. The Bretton Woods Agreement. We don't need to be backed by gold. Just let us print money how we want to. And then greed took over. Because the one thing we know that every human being will learn how to do is spend some money when they got free access to it. And then the credit card came about. Now we can spend money we don't have. And if you go read the book, The Creature from Jekyll Island, you'll understand how the Federal Reserve came about. And then you'll realize that the Federal Reserve is not even a part of a government. It's an individual entity of 6 families that now makes a profit. They get dividends for every dollar that America makes.
For some people, they may not understand that. He said the Federal Reserve is not federal, it's no federal than FedEx. It's made up of a rich cartel of families, and they get dividends off of every dollar that if you gain any type of money from a job, right, from a W-4, they get dividends from every dollar that you earn while you're not getting dividends to yourself. And he goes on to say that everyone should understand how taxes work, especially your paycheck taxes. A lot of people overpay on their paycheck taxes because their W-4 is not filled out correctly. That's passive income. That's passive money that could be coming back to you. You can go to millimoves.com again and get an analysis on your paycheck. The minimum amount that people that have got into their program was $500 every paycheck they was overpaying in taxes, all the way to $1,400 for a married couple that they did not know they had right there in their paycheck, right, to pay their taxes. It's comparison to when Jesus told Peter said, we need some money to pay our taxes. He said, go fishing, right? Peter was a fisherman. The money was right there in the profession he was already doing. He didn't know how to find it. I called it that hidden money that most people don't know they have to create more money out of your paycheck. So now you're not just earning wages, right? You are paying yourself passively by adding on a home-based business, and you're adding on 475 tax deductions. That means the more tax credits that you have, the less taxes you pay as a wage income earner. See, the rich and wealthy, right? If you can see on my whiteboard, the IRS, 40% of most people money that they earn goes to the IRS. Now they only have 40% to live off of, and 20% only goes to you. But if you look at that, what's called the cross in the cash flow quadrant, the E stand for employees. They pay out up to 30% of wages and taxes in their paycheck. That goes to the feds, to the rich cartels. That goes to them in dividends. The Fed is not the government. A six-figure income earner or someone that's self-employed, that's what the S stand for, they pay out 60% in taxes. But as Wall Street Trapper says, right, hustle for your last name and not your first name. When you make yourself a business, as Jay-Z said, I'm not a businessman. I am a businessman. When you make yourself a business, and again, go to millimoves.com. You'll see paycheck pay raise. Click on that section, right? When you make yourself a business and not just an employee and start earning money under the umbrella, the hospice, the EIN of a home-based business, because a home-based business gives you the most tax deduction than any other business entity, then you pay less in taxes. Now you are paying 20% versus 30 to 60%. And people, that's just one chess move. Right? Millionaire moves. If you see in my backdrop, we play chess and not checkers over here. And then when you invest your money, that's what the I stands for back there, right? The ESBI. Investor pays 0% while you're getting the capital gains, while you're getting 1,000% capital gains like today. So Wall Street Trapper mentioned this, and I'm going to read this from Peter Schiff. Right. The Creature of Jekyll Island, need to read that as well. But how an economy grows and why it crashes. Unfortunately, due to our growing annual budget deficits and the looming bankruptcies of Social Security and Medicare, right, the bullets will be coming at us at a much higher force and frequency. Washington has shown absolutely no willingness to confront the problem. Right? You just keep on raising the debt ceiling. That's not solving the problem. So to the ability to make significant cuts in the government spending has never been considered, let alone attempted. In the early days, President Obama raised the $3 trillion federal budget line by line in order to find wasteful spending. This resulted in a $17 billion in saving, less than 1/2 of 1% of the budget. Even the proposed cuts protested by the Democrats and Republicans. So if our government won't impose financial discipline, then our creditors, now we got to say, okay, who are the creditors, people? China and Japan. Remember, I've been breaking you all down with the NBA, the red and yellow, financial powerhouse. The shift is changing. The Phoenix 1988 bird, showing the burning of the cash under the Phoenix feet. And you got XRP, also known as the Phoenix as well, right? Again, this magazine was released in 1988. That's why you got the Miami Heat. The Heat is on the cash that will play the Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets represent the mining of the gold currency. We're going back to the future. So China and Japan eventually must discipline the United States and dump the US dollar. Right? People, with more than 50% of our government debt currently sold to foreign governments, who will pick up the slack when the United States stop buying? So the United States is going to have to stop selling its bonds, right? It's going to have to stop selling them. So who's going to pick up that slack? When that day comes, you're going to have two choices, either default or inflation. And we have to next Tuesday. Okay, again, the debt ceiling more likely is going to raise, but it's going to cause inflation, people. It's either going to be default or inflation. Both options will force American living standards down through loss of purchasing power, people, and higher interest rate. The loss of purchasing power means inflation. Inflation. So I'm logging off. I really stayed on this live stream longer than I intended to, but that's just breaking down what's happening. People, protect your savings. Protect your taxes out of your paycheck, even taxes that you may get from investing. Go to millermoves.com. Take advantage of that. There's money right there in your paycheck you can use to now convert into cash. Now is not the time to hoard cash. Now is not the time to not have your money working for you and growing for you. What you don't know about cryptocurrency and the blockchain technology isn't a reason not to do it. Saving money is a broke person's game. Let me say that again. Saving money, right, is a broke person's game. If you don't have Medicare, if you don't have Medicaid, people will become sicker and sicker and will use the emergency room, for example, as a doctor's office, right? That means more debit or more debt and longer wait lines. Again, saving money is a broke person's game. This is chess, not checkers over here. Put your money in blockchain technology that's supported by crypto. Maximize your tax returns. The IRS has hired 87, what was it? Well, I forgot, 1,000, or they hired a lot of IRS agents. Also, the government is preparing just in case of some type of crash of the system. They have satellite phones that they have for the weekend already issued to them. And they are letting federal employees know that your paycheck may be delayed on the 1st. You may not get paid on the 1st. So people, again, if you're just not coming in, you're watching the end of this, make sure you watch the beginning where I break down why these crypto commodities are doing well, and why this DCM, which you get Bitcoin rewards and blockchain technology, is up now over 1,138% in a day. So I'm logging off. You all have a great, great day. Right. Queen out. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that thumbs up. Share the video. Share the information. And rewatch this more than just one time.